Buckle your seatbelts here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, live in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music and wrestling matters here, Sportzwire Radio, because this man was quite the topic a few days ago with this guy who calls himself the King of the West, the guy that calls himself the GOAT, but this is the guy that's the Don of Combat, and he's going to speak on some things that guy who I'll refer to, he's going to have some differences of opinions. We're going to get into that. We'll also talk about a guy that every time I bring on this platform, I always have to bring up this. Yeah, you know that's Killshot. Then there's this other guy that some people have compared to Squirt Gun, and that guy's last name is Shot, first name Gun. Yeah, I'll get into that, but he won't be making an appearance. But we'll talk about him. We'll also talk about maybe a guy that's last name Rage, first name Nathaniel, that, well, our guest has said almost is a coward. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about EPW. We'll talk about a guy last name Loverboy who may be inching his way closer to Sportswire Radio that this man has some history with. And you know we're going to be talking all things TPW. We know we're going to be talking about all things that also that this man has done. Yes, I said also twice, and he's got a drink in his hand because he's going to be firing plenty of shots because you've seen this man, well, in some acting movies. IMDb's got a website. We're going to pull that up. Also, he's been a podcaster in his own right, radio host. Also a man that's the reigning defending KCC champion, and he's also dabbled also in the fighting world. He knows a little bit about that, plus we're going to be most certainly talking about who knows whatever else our chat wants. But I know that our man had a front row seat here when a few days ago when that guy Comatose came on here. But now, since he's here, the tables are turned, and I'm going to give him that introduction here on the platform, the only platform where all music and wrestling matters, and give him that introduction that he deserves as a championship-like introduction, a Don of Combat-like introduction, and now let's start this show off here in style on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station where all music and wrestling matters. So with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one cable sports show. A man that is not only the KCC champion, but the reigning, defending TPW United States champion. His name is simply put the Don of Combat. AJ Harrison, the double champ, is here. My friend, how are we doing?
Thank you for the very, very legendary introduction. That was absolutely fantastic. Wow. I am feeling, I'm feeling good. Things didn't go my way last week, but let's just say Comatose, he didn't win per se. He escaped me. He needed.
Yeah, I want to get into that because that guy is always a topic, and certainly I'm sure that that'll be the majority of the conversation, but we'll get there. We'll get to that point, and obviously there'll be some other things to talk about. And I want to say hello to somebody here on X that said that nothing has changed. I always blow out my mic, and I haven't seen them here in quite a while on Sportswire. So thank you, Lisa, for viewing this, and I'll get to your comments in a few minutes. But for those that are listening and watching here, the Dawn of Combat, AJ Harrison, talk to me on what it means to you to be the reigning, defending TPW United States champion.
It's funny you bring that up because I had my first run in TPW that didn't really plan out. And I know before this show we talked about some drama and controversial stuff, and that's what caused me to leave and go create EPW. And I came back, and I didn't beg to come back. I didn't ask to come back. There was a certain TPW main eventer that had kind of pushed for me to come back. And so while I was sitting talking to Rocky, he had said, I'd love to have you back. I said, I'm not asking to come back. I said, but because of a certain main eventer wanted me to come talk to you. He said, no, I'd love to have you back. During that conversation, I said, I'll come back. I said, but I want to go and take the United States title. I said, it's held by DTG.
Yes.
And I said, it's a United States title. This man is from Scotland.
Yeah, I know him. He's come up in my shows before. Yep.
I said, it doesn't work. I said, you give me this match and let me run with it. And he said, all right, he said, DTG's currently got something going on, but after that, I'll put you in that division and go for it. And winning that, it was, best way to put it, I guess. I compared it to winning like a championship in WWE, because that's what TPW essentially in the promo wrestling world is. It's the marquee. It's right.
Oh, I've been covering TPW for quite a while now. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people come through the doors of TPW, and TPW is arguably the mothership when it comes to promo wrestling companies. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And because of that, I sat and it really took me a little bit to register, like, wow, I became a champion here, and not only a champion, but the United States champion. And now I feel like I'm on the best roll of my life. I am just cranking out bangers after bangers, and I'm just killing it.
Yeah, so, I could see that. You literally are killing it, and you're talking about turning people into flower pots. I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
You got a name that rhymes with it. Hey, I'm going to use it. I'm going to embarrass you in our match.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm going to just go right into it because there it is. I mean, there you are, and you're talking about it, and you've called him the flower pot. You and I were talking about this off the air, and the individual that you're in a promo battle with is certainly in backyard wrestling a very, very, let's just say, interesting figure that I'm sure many backyard wrestlers of the past would probably love the fact that you would like to annihilate him here in this promo. And, you were talking about the aforementioned guy, let's just say Gunshot, and you're going to turn him into a flower pot. I mean, once upon a time, people called him Squirt Gun, but I'm not going to get into who and what. That was a long time ago on this platform, but there you are, and that's your upcoming battle.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things and I've offered this to Comatose and any other backyard wrestler. I do mixed martial arts. I do combat. I do not mind showing up if somebody wants to put out the fight. So whether it's the aforementioned flower pot, I'll backyard. I'll smack him around a little bit. Fucking nerd. Comatose, he escaped me, and I'll let him survive for a little bit longer before I have my rematch with him. And whether that's in the backyard or whether that's here in TPW, I don't care, or even in EPW, I don't care. That match against Comatose taught me a lot. And like I said, there will be no mistakes going forward. So I'm not sweating this week. I compared this week to pretty much a week off.
Oh, week off. Wow, boy, you're that confident. But, it's interesting that you said that you would go out there and compete against Comatose and that you do, like you said, you have a background, unlike many other promo artists, that you have a background in the fighting world. I mean, you're actually somebody that is an accomplished martial artist. So you you won't back down from a Comatose. I mean, that's actually where you are a lot different than maybe your average promo artist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you see right there, that's my YouTube channel.
And yes, and hit the sub button there for AJ.
Yes,
because,
please.
He's got a lot of subscribers, and let's get him some more because he's got a lot of stuff on there. A lot of great stuff.
A lot of this stuff you see is my virtual reality boxing. And speaking of which, that's what makes KCC so unique. So KCC, or King's Choice Combat, is an all-around promotion. It does mixed martial arts, it does boxing, wrestling. I mean, kind of everything grouped into one. And it has also included virtual reality boxing for those who may not have the means to travel and things like that. It gives them the opportunity to compete as well. So a lot of the VR stuff that you'll see me doing is a lot of my matches that I put on there, and a lot of my fights that I put on there that I do for the VR, because although I work myself as a heel and I'm just a complete asshole, I try to give back and try to help other people the best that I can. And if that means that, I have to do the majority, like, VR to help them out, give them a fighting chance, I'm more than willing to do that, because I'm just as good in the VR world as I am.
I figured I'd show it there for the audience what it is. Yeah, I mean, I just unfortunately haven't gotten into this world, but it is really, really exciting. And I know people here in the chat. We'll get to you shortly, but I mean, it looks great. I mean, what you have out there. I really should spend more time into this world, but my time is just really every day. I feel like I'm playing a football game. I know you're a martial artist, but every day, like, I'm trying to go to clock match. I got to be in one place in the morning. I got to try to get a couple hours sleep. Then I go to another place and I have to come back here and stay awake. And then I come on here and then I do the same thing again. So, but nevertheless, and this is exciting. And this is your world, the VR world. And if you'd like to see some of it, I mean, give you a sub.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things. When you come onto my channel, you most likely see this, but sometimes you may see, a promo or two from me. Sometimes you may see, you kind of never know what you're going to get on my page, other than expect something sports related or wrestling related. You mentioned football earlier. I'm very excited for tomorrow because Michigan's playing. I'm a diehard Michigan fan. So let's go Michigan. And then on Sunday, the Bucks are going to extend their record to 8-2.
Oh yeah, I mean, hopefully that would be the case for the Bucks. Yeah, hopefully that would be the case. And also, yeah, we'll get to everybody here in the chat. We'll get to everybody. Give me about 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll read off your comments. And I wanted to show something else before I get to more TPW stuff. And which I think is really cool about you is that you have a IMDb page. I mean, people have asked me, because I actually have acted in a few short movies out there. There's a few of them. I have a few spots out there, but you have an IMDb page. I mean, boy, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you know what? That was actually, it was easier than I had originally thought. So, and Tom, if you've been in a few movies and stuff, I can definitely, after the show, if you have a little bit of time, or whenever you want, I can help you. If you don't have one of these, I can tell you exactly how to do it. It's more going to like the producer or the director and talking to them, but I don't understand why you wouldn't have one. It's
well, you know what? I did one of them in college. It was I did an NYU short film, and then I was on what was it? Was it Impractical Joke? It was The Wire. I was on a spot there. Then I did a thing on The Daily Show. So,
Nice.
I mean, some people have actually said they've spotted me on them, but I don't know if I would get credits off them, but
Yeah, I thought you would have gotten credits off the Geico commercial.
Not quite. Now I've heard that 100 times though, and I've heard another here at 101 times. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff nevertheless. But
You're just a better looking one.
I would hope I'm better looking. I mean, I would certainly hope. I mean, but that's a different conversation for a different time. But also, you have some history with Mr. Killshot, Mr. Bang Bang himself. And, I referenced a little bit about that with Comatose. And I would love for you to say some things about your battles in the past with Mr. Killshot himself, Mr. Bang Bang.
What do you want to talk about?
Whatever you want to say about him. Because I'm just biding time before Comatose eventually shows up here, because that's what's going to wind up happening. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because once I mention him, I know that the bat signal is going up. So I just figured, we'll warm things up. We'll give you an opportunity to talk to Mr. Bang Bang himself.
Oh yeah, no, Killshot, he's a great talent in EPW and TPW.
Yes, he's been around a lot of promo plays, and he's also now, like Comatose, going into the wrestling world. He's now wrestled a match. He's been in a Rumble, and he's now making his rounds like Comatose and so many others that have been on my platform.
And that's something that is not easy. And
no.
I commend anybody who gets in there and does it. It's far different, believe it or not, than mixed martial arts. Fighters, they get time off. Whereas to wrestlers, it's every week, sometimes multiple times a week. So it's one of those things I do not envy. The pro wrestling, the indies, all that stuff. I do not envy that one bit. But Killshot, I will say he's interesting, and I've had my eye on him for quite some time, and I don't mind. Whenever he wants to step up and run it, I'm down for it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that'll be the case. And, I also have to bring up EPW because I had mentioned a guy, Nathaniel Rage, a man that I know very well. And you were putting control of the company on the line here, more or less, because you were unhappy with him as the EPW champion. I would love for you to talk about that.
Yeah, so... Nathaniel Rage came in, and funny thing is he beat Comatose.
Yes.
Who and for
there's the announcement, by the way.
So something about Comatose is, for someone who is so great in the promo world, didn't even cut a match promo against Nathaniel Rage. So no, but after Nathaniel took the title, my issue really started even before that. And he came into the locker room and he challenged me. This was a month or so ago. And he challenged me at the time, I was the Ring of Titans World Heavyweight Champion.
I did see that. I saw that.
And when he came and challenged me, now we're talking about the devil, Nathaniel Rage.
I know him. I've seen the whole thing. And I've seen it on here. He's been on here many times on my platform in the past. Yeah, I know
him. And so he comes back. And I happened to see the challenge, and I, kind of laughed at it. And an hour later, or so, I look at my phone and I get the notification. Oh, hey guys, I have to step away a little bit, and I have to vacate all my championships. I thought, So my problem with Nathaniel Rage and him being a coward is the fact that you're going to come and step up to me. And when I laugh in the face of the devil, he's going to run away. So if he's willing to step up and put his title on the line in EPW during this triple threat, I don't mind risking it all, because we both know that one or two things are going to happen. One, he's going to show up and he's going to lose, and he will be put back to where he belongs, never to be seen again. Or two, he's going to do what he did last time when he stepped up to me, and he's going to turn around and he's going to run away.
You think he'll really run away, though, the devil Nathaniel Rage? I mean,
I didn't think
he
he
is the
would run
devil
away the
after
first time.
all.
Well, yeah, I didn't think he would run away the first time. And not only did he run away, but he vacated all of his titles. Now, why is that? He could have stepped to anybody else, and he chose not to. He chose to come for the king. And he just realized that maybe the air that I sit in and the stratosphere that I'm in was just a little too thick, even for Satan to
You know,
handle.
I'm listening to you
Mhm.
talk about this and how he ran away from you and how he'll run away again. So I famously saw him once here on this platform about a year ago and talk about the devil, and he didn't have any feelings, and he doesn't care about anything. But it almost sounds like to me really that you're the Don of Combat,
That's
but
right.
that's no match for a devil. And maybe Nathaniel Rage really isn't this devil that he claims to be.
No, of course not. It's one of those things you can proclaim to be something, but saying that you are something and then being something, two different things. Yeah, I am the Don of Combat, and I prove it all the time.
You have. I mean, you certainly have done that. You've come into TPW.
Mm-hmm.
You've got championship gold.
Mm-hmm.
EPW. You've obviously had what you've done there with that company, and certainly in outside of the promo wrestling world, we know what you've done as a martial artist. We know what you've done as an actor. We know what you've done as a radio host. And yes, and there it is. There is that championship that you hold, and I guess then this guy Nathaniel Rage, maybe he'll go back and maybe try to reform his own promo wrestling company, which we saw. Well, how that went didn't go well.
And look, I mean, it's a very hard thing to do.
I'm aware. Trust me.
So I don't take anything away from Rocky with TPW or anybody who's actually made a success with the promo wrestling world. It's you can't make everybody happy.
I know. Trust me. I deal with that every day on my platform.
Yeah.
I can't get everybody on, and then I have people that some people like this, other people don't like that, and that's the reality of how it goes. I mean, people.
But I'll tell you, Tom. I'll tell you one thing is that for me personally, and I
Yes,
realize that this works. You can't care about what everybody thinks. If you're too worried about, oh man, I really hurt John, Bob, and Sally's feelings, that doesn't make you. That's not going to do anything for you. If anything, it's going to ruin your success.
No.
So I have really taken the feelings out of my decision making, and to kind of pull from politics a little bit is you can be a great businessman, but a piece of shit human being. You can be you can be the nicest guy in the world, but a piece of shit businessman. It's hardly ever that you get both.
It's funny you said it's to talk about politics. I'm not going to talk and talk about the national stuff, and I know where you're going with that. But in my experience, and I've been doing politics since I'm a kid, since I'm in school, and I could count on my hand. I probably have worked on about 40 to 50 campaigns, Republican and Democrat. So this is an issue that cuts both parties. I'm one of the few people that could say I've done campaign. In fact, I've even done it. I actually last year was hired to work on the campaign of RFK's before he dropped out. So I've actually done third party, Republican, and Democrat. So I can tell you, I can count on my hand on how many people that ran for office that I'd worked for that I could honestly say, well, they were, good people. They would have did the right things. And, most of the people I wound up either, helping or had seen them win, it usually cuts in some form of what you had talked about. So I completely get that part of the conversation. Let's get to some people here in the chat. There's a lot of people that want to talk to you, and I'm ready for them. And I'll bring up another name in a minute. Thank you, Zilla, for being here. And the man that I owe an appearance here, maybe we'll get him on tomorrow. Who knows? Rocky himself, say his name, he appears, and of course TPW. Rocky's doing a lot of great things, obviously, with TPW and his own life outside of that. He's in the wrestling world now, training for it, and Rocky is joining so many people that he's had in TPW. And if you'd like to hit the follow button for TPW on Instagram, you can do that right there. And I don't know why anybody wouldn't follow TPW at this point, but please go out there and follow them because we've got the U.S. champion here, and you got a nice little crowd tonight. So I'm a happy man. So I'm happy, and Zilla's here. And I want to say hello to Camo Cam. Camo Cam is big on TikTok, and
How you doing?
she does all the predictions for the IMF shows, and she'll be there tomorrow night. So we want to thank Camo Cam for being here. Thank you, Camo. And speaking of people, what a run for AJ Harrison. You've had quite a run. And speaking of people that are last name Cage, rhymes with rage, Cameron Cage. I haven't seen him in the chat on Sportswire in quite a few months. I hope he's doing well, my friend. Hope you are doing well. And yes, the champ is here. You are that. And as Lisa reminded me on X, my lovely friend Lisa, that my mic may blow out, but that's why I got a new. But no, I'm prepared for that. Which I don't know if Lisa's still here. Maybe she is. Maybe she's not. But I always change my USB cables every few days. But speaking of things you want to change, do me a favor. Give this man some new subs. He's got a lot of subscribers on his YouTube channel. Let's get him to 4,000 subs. Let's get him to 4,100, whatever number it is, infinity and beyond. We're in the holiday season now pretty much, so let's support those who support us. That's his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of content, a lot better content than I have, so do me a favor. Go give him a sub. And that's who I want to talk about next. The man himself, Dario Loverboy. The man that obviously has a lot of history in TPW, has some history with you, and one of those guys that I owe an appearance to on Sportswire Radio, and he has a few things he'd like to say to you, and I'm sure you'd like to talk about him first.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, Dario, obviously, I mean, he's just been killing it ever since he walked.
Yep, he and Comatose, that's his tag team partner in the Enterprise. I know where this is going. Yep, go ahead.
But I know what is going to crack that foundation. And it's one of those things. I'm not, people can sit there and run their mouth and say, oh, you just like everybody else said the same thing. If people haven't been really paying attention to what I've been doing, whether it's in EPW or TPW, I'm making very, very big moves over here, and really it's not going to be me. It's not going to be anybody else. The Enterprise is going to be its own downfall. And I know that you're in there, Tom. You see what's going on in the locker room. I call it out almost all the time. And usually when I call it out, not too long afterwards, you start to see that everything I've said, whether it was about Jerry, Comatose. I know
Jerry.
I have been spot on with every single thing that I have said.
So you would basically say that you're a straight shooter then, more or less.
Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sugarcoat it. I got no reason to. I'm going to tell you like it is, and if you don't like it, oh well.
So you think then that Mr. Dario won't like some of the things you'll say to him and such?
I think that right now, as we've seen with Dario, ever since his trios loss, which was that man's fault, by the way.
I'm going to get to, I know. Listen, he's here in the chat. I don't even have to say it.
I bet he is. But when it comes to Dario, we've seen that he has been on a very depressed, very just paranoid streak lately. And everybody is reading what I'm doing as me being the bad guy trying to break up the Enterprise, so to speak.
Well, they hit a roadblock a few months ago. They were the topic. They were the thing, but right now they're going through the motions, you might want to say.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that, as I've said it in the locker room, and I will continue to say it. Dario has to understand, and he has to open up his eyes and see what's going on. Jerry is not there with the Enterprise, and I've tried to get this through Comatose, and Comatose.
I've met Jerry in real life. I mean, Jerry is basically from where I'm from, so me and Jerry have a picture together, so I know Jerry.
I just it breaks my heart because I want to like the Enterprise. I've done some business with the Enterprise, and again, Comatose is he's too blind to understand and see the obvious, which is Jerry is not there during the work that the Enterprise puts in. He's only there for the celebrations to hog all the glory and say, "Oh, look at what I did." No, it's
So
Comatose.
what are you saying? You're saying that there are certain members of the Enterprise who are clout chasers and that they're coattail riders? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, and that one person refuses. I called him out. Actually, was it last night or the other night? I told Jerry straight out, "Come face me in the ring," and he said no. Why? It's because whether he wants to admit it or not, he's washed. He's retired. He knows that the TPW United States champion would completely end him.
So you're saying that he's past his prime and that's why
Absolutely.
it's a good decision for him to stay on the sidelines where John Cena is going to be in a month.
Yeah, and now he is very comfortable riding the coattails of Dario and Comatose. And look, that's fine.
Or is it maybe smart business sense, a smart tactical move by staying on the sidelines and seeing what Dario and Comatose do? Couldn't you say maybe to play devil's advocate that that's a smart move?
Yes and no.
Okay.
And allow me to clarify.
All right.
See, for me, I love this. I love, wrestling and all of it. So I have a passion for it, and I fought alongside the Enterprise, and I was there when we lost. I owned up to it, but also at the same time, and maybe Jerry's just different, but I have to keep going.
Jerry, I've met Jerry in real life. Jerry is different. I mean, I would
Yes.
put it that way. Jerry's different.
But for me, I have to be able to keep going, and it's my passion, my drive for this. And you can sit there and try to ride the coattails all you want, but at the end of the day, it's about being there for if you really call them family, you want to be there for them. You want to, support them in any way, shape, or form. And I don't think Jerry has the passion, the dedication of what it takes. So is it smart business to ride the coattails like Paul Heyman does literally everybody? Yes, but also at the same time, that makes Jerry look bad. And Jerry is going to be his own downfall because of that.
Well, you know what? There is a lot to unpack there. You have a lot of comments, and I am gonna, answer this from the man that you were facing in TPW. Yes, it is a foam John Cena championship toy belt from like 20 years ago. I had when I was a kid, and I just kept it hung up. So yeah, to answer your question, this has come up one or two times in previous episodes, but yes, that is a championship belt, a foam championship belt that I think we got when it was around KB Toys. So thank you for the question there, and hopefully that satisfies your answer. Let me get to some more comments. You have plenty of them here, and I'm going to get to them. Who else we have here in the chat while my mouse moves? There we go. Yes, we got that. And he's not even here yet. And Zilla's already giving him a shout out. And hit the sub button for you. And also, Mr. Harrison, I got your voicemail. I'll be in touch. Almost writing off what you just said there. Interesting. And when is a good time for Camo Cam to be on Sportswire? I mean, we could talk about that maybe after tomorrow's IMF show. So I don't know if we follow each other or not. I know you're on TikTok. I watched your TikTok video, and maybe we'll talk on TikTok about your thoughts on the next IMF show and your thoughts on tomorrow's one. So thank you for that. That's a good question. IMDb, check out your page and say his name and he appears. And God, mother, even King. You knew it was coming. I mean, you pretty much knew. You knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Jade? Thank you so much. And speaking of people that are not fans of Comatose, the man that was here Monday and has been a staple on my platform for a long time, the Psychotic Freak, who basically is giving us for short word freak math, the run was too short, basically meaning that his championship run will be too short. Yes, Justin Parsley's in action less than 24 hours from now, and Comatose has other problems. Yes, hello to
he has a lot of problems.
I'm not getting there on all of that. Hello to the Anarchist Gunshot, and that guy Nathaniel is no devil. Well, I think you and the Psychotic Freak are on the same page. The same page. There you go. And there he is. There's the flower pot. The man you've called him flower pot is definitely firing.
It's one of those things that I sat there and I had to watch. At first, it was over 3+ minutes of god awful promoing, and then you go and cut another one where you still go over the 2-minute mark. Like, don't waste my time. Obviously, you're not good enough to step up to me. You know you're lost. Get in the back of the line and I got an idea. Why don't you go to OPW where they might actually make you something over there?
I got no comment on that. They've been on my platform, and they'll be back on again. I'm going to certainly leave that at that. I got the point. The belt does look beautiful that you hold. Yes. Thank you, Psychotic Freak, for giving us some enlightened comments there. Thankfully, somebody saved us there. Yes. Hello, Zilla. And Zilla, you were absolutely. By the way, you should use this, apparently. The Psychotic Freak is calling Comatose the worst in the West.
But you know what, though, Tom? I've said it. I said it in, I believe it was my second hype.
Yeah.
Comatose, he is no king. He is simply my bitch.
Oh!
The only reason he won that match was because he had to escape. He had Rocky save his ass.
Listen, I saw match results. I mean, you want to talk about by the skin of the teeth. That was that, you might want to say. And you look incredibly crazy right now. Your freak math was horrible. He's talking about the Psychotic Freak, and Comatose does want to say hello. And then there is another man that I do think wants his name mentioned, and that is, there it is, Mr. Bang Bang himself, Killshot. There we go. And Comatose in caps locks. Thank you, Jade, for that. And Comatose, yes, and Dario is here. We've mentioned that. And hello. And Mama Comatose is here. Boy, I guess that means we're getting something here soon. Because Mama Comatose.
That means I had to behave myself because she scares me just a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen Mama Comatose on Facebook eviscerate certain presidents, so I'm staying as far away. You, me, both. Freak math is basic math. I need to open up my schedule to teach losers like Cryatose some freak math. Boy, it's getting feisty. You know, I hear the Psychotic Freak. I might even want to go into the promo wrestling world to get a piece of Comatose before they meet in real life. That's how much he doesn't like him. That's interesting. That's what I've heard.
Well,
That's what I've heard.
Freak math or whatever you call yourself, you can always come to my DMs. EPW is always looking for talent. Let's have ourselves a chat.
And you know what? And it's funny you segue that because I have your Instagram page up. There you go. There's your Instagram page, and you can certainly follow Mr. Harrison on Instagram. And you can check out some of his stuff, and give him a follow, give him a sub on YouTube, and check him out other places. I have some more comments here. Where am I here? There we go. Oh, there we go. Yes. Yep. Thank you, Mama Comatose. Speaking of people that is back here on Turkey Day, and it was funny about turkeys, Mr. Harrison. I saw earlier today. Yes, in New York City. So many turkeys that I had said that's why I don't eat turkey. But James Taylor will be here to carve, I am sure, a turkey or two on Sportswire on Thanksgiving, but he wants to say hello. And thank you, Mr. Taylor. Thank you to the legendary nemesis, James Taylor. And congratulations to Comatose on becoming the first ever 4-time BYW Interpromotional Champion. We need this run to be longer. And Comatose is appreciating the flower pot, as you called him. That's your words. Please follow Mr. Loverboy on TPW and Instagram. And he does say that he would love to snatch that United States Championship away from you, and he thinks it will look that much better on him. But I'm sure you don't think that's going to happen, right?
No, of course not. He's a fucking nerd. I really should behave.
No, it's fine. Actually, I'm okay with that, and I will say that. And I have no issue with Mr. Gunshot, but I have seen other backyard wrestlers say far worse than you have here on this platform and elsewhere. So we have no issues, and we understand your frustration. And Comatose has said he has brought the community with him today, and he also wants to call Jerry the greatest of all time. And he says that Jerry would wash you and anyone pretty much.
Yeah, well, Jerry is continuing to prove Comatose wrong because he keeps hiding from me.
Listen, unless it's a smart tactical move. I mean, I couldn't comment on that. I haven't asked Jerry about that. And That's what
You know what,
Mr.
Tom?
Gunchell
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Talk to me.
He took the same notes that Nathaniel Rage took and decided to hide instead of come out and face me. The only difference is Nathaniel Rage has barely spoken a word since he ran from me. Jerry has just got loose lips and he likes to run it quite a bit.
Well, I mean, obviously, time will certainly tell. Thank you, Mr. Gunshot. I answered that comment. Yeah, yeah.
I just want to say one more thing, Tom.
Yes, absolutely. You can say anything you want, sir. You're the
have,
TPW US champion. You have the floor.
Yes, no, and you know we have my opponent this week. Obviously, still flapping at the lips.
Yes.
Let me just say this. Obviously, everybody has seen what I've done to DTG.
Yes.
All right. What makes you think that I'm not going to go into this match and eat you alive? I'm going to beat you so bad that, again, like I stated in my promo, you're going to go and change your name to Flower Pot. Now, DTG, and you know, Tom, I just want to say this. I messaged you about it too, but I want to reiterate it here because this pertains to Comatose.
Oh, I think I'm ready for this.
Comatose is honored with his own day. And, you know, I mean, kudos to what he has done. But you're talking to your United States champion in TPW.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I was able to do. Needs to be recognized.
It's funny you said that. I'm glad that you segued into that because you apparently must be looking at my notes because it is AJ Harrison Day on Sportswire Radio. So I guess
look at that.
I guess you had to have been looking at my notes. And spoiler, I actually don't have notes. Somebody asked me once years ago, and they say, "Oh, do you have notes or a sheet?" You know, sometimes people have a note in front of them, and no, I just do it off the top of my head, and this was off the top of my head. So spoiler, there's no notes, but that's how you get
I appreciate it, and you know, I just want to say this. This is very much earned. What I was able to accomplish was I smacked the foreign out of DTG. I Americanized his ass. This is something that needs to be taught in the history books.
I can't comment if you Americanized DTG. I can't comment on.
That's how bad I beat him, Tom. That is how bad I beat him.
I do have a lot of foreign friends and foreign listeners, and I can't comment on that. But what I can comment on is that it is AJ Harrison Day on all Sportswire Radio platforms, and I can give you the physical copy when we're off the air, so you can have it. And we'll do this again every November 14th. And I hope that you'll take this, and we'll get to some more comments there. And,
that's something that is earned.
Well, I mean, I listen. Comatose has been on Sportswire many times. I'm sure he'll have a thought or two on this later. A little too late to go over to OPW. I'm already over there. Well, you said you weren't going there anyway. Congratulations to Comatose. Yes, he did win his BYW Interpromotional Championship. He did win it back earlier this evening. And for the record, I didn't go over the 2-minute mark in the second promo. And the only reason why the first promo got taken down was because Instagram made me. I mean, I would.
I mean, we could go look at the timestamp. The proof is right there, but who's really paying attention? We both know that the one was 5 seconds over.
Whatever it may be, and yes, we are happy about that. And also, Mr. Gunshot, I'd like to say, yes, I think that could be an interesting match somewhere down the line, and I would like to see it. And yeah, Comatose would like to say that it would have to be out of his dead body. So that's how he feels about it. And yes, hello to Killshot. He is here somewhere in the chat. And fun fact for everybody here, my dad actually used to be in the promo world. Me and him actually won tag team championships together. I think he put this in twice, and he actually went by Killshot. So what a small world there. So there you have it. But you know, obviously a lot there to unpack, and we are here with AJ Harrison, the reigning defending TPW United States champion. He is also the KCC champion. He is the Don of Combat. He will be up in action here, I believe, by this weekend against the Anarchist Gunshot here for that TPW United States champion. Although Mr. Harrison has compared Gunshot to a flower pot, but we'll certainly leave that at that. And if you are here,
I just get a lot more I could get a lot more vulgar, but for the sake of the show,
I mean, I do have the beep button if you want. I mean, you want to do it, I'll just beep you out. If you want, some people like me to do that. I mean, if you want to do it, I can just bleep you out. You know,
oh no, I'm good because it'd be a waste of my time. I've already won, so this.
Oh well, I mean, okay. Well, I mean, if you say, listen, I'm not in the world of promo wrestling. You know, I mean, I love promo wrestling. I have long said that I love what you guys do, but I am not going to ever say that I'm in the promo wrestling world. I am not going to say who wins and loses on that. That is something I'm very strict about. You know, that comes to all wrestling matters. I don't get involved in any of that. But Mr. Gunshot does want to respond and say he can call me a flower pot all he wants. But a reality is this: I'm an anarchist and I create chaos because I'm the controller of chaos.
The chaos in your pants, maybe.
Well, I mean, one of my all-time favorite Megadeth songs was "Addicted to Chaos," and I'm not quite sure that I would ever see the anarchist Gunshot and "Addicted to Chaos" from Megadeth's Euthanasia album out there to be the same. But okay, nevertheless. You know, I know that we're waiting, I'm sure, for you to say something to Comatose. But if there was anybody else, whether it was Killshot, let's say, or someone else out there, would you have any final words for them or some sorts?
You know, there's one specific person in particular that I want to address.
Yeah.
And I really hope that he's been having his eyes open, and that's the TPW champion.
Yes.
Divine.
Yes.
You see, just as I see, where you should be. You see what's going on, and you know the truth. So pay attention, maybe dial back the denial a little bit, and trust in what everything I have said so far. You know for it to be true. I know it's true. Everybody else that sees what I have said, it's come true. So please understand, as the TPW champion, save yourself. And if you cannot, please, you know my number. I will save you, because if you realize when it's too late, then it's going to be over. And I don't want that for you. Do the smart thing. Don't take the comatose route.
Now, apparently, what if I were to say to you, it's funny you talk about Dario Divine and you give him this advice, a lot more friendlier advice than the advice you're giving Comatose. But what if I were to say to you that the TPW champion would be here tomorrow night? What would you say if he was here tomorrow night? What would your opinion be on that?
I'd be very happy for him.
Yeah.
Because I know that it was something that he's always wanted. And obviously Comatose has been on here a lot.
Well, Comatose is in the wrestling world, so he gets a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's been here, he's in the wrestling world, so it's a little different.
Tom, let me ask you this, though.
You ask me anything you want.
All right. As many times as Comatose has been on here, why hasn't he vouched for Dario? And yet, my first time on here, and we're getting Dario a lot sooner than, come on.
You know what? That would be a question, I'm sure, that Comatose would answer. I can't speak on behalf of anybody. I would have no idea. But apparently, I have received word that the TPW champion, Dario Divine, will be here 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, same bat channel that you're here. And he'll talk about some of these things. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, considering you are the TPW United States champion, maybe you want to pay him a visit. Maybe you want to maybe give him a few minutes of your time and maybe come on there and talk to Mr. Divine and maybe face to face let him know these things about why Comatose never vouched for Dario Divine, his brother in the Enterprise.
And you know what, Tom? I don't mind doing that, because even if my schedule was very packed, I would always make time for Dario. Always.
Well, he's here tomorrow night. He's gonna get his moment. He's gonna be here tomorrow night, and he'll talk about this, and I'm sure he'll have a rebuttal. And I have received word that there is somebody that would like to talk with you. and it's not Comatose, but it is somebody that does have gun to their name, and you'll have to guess. And wait a minute.
Oh, Mr. Killshot.
Yeah.
Yes, the daddy. I told you I was gonna show up. My son called for me, so I said, "Why not?" Hey, Gunshot, miss me? You said your father was Killshot, and I told you after that match we had, Daddy's home.
Oh, Killshot's back! And guess what? Killshot's gonna be in this chair next Friday night. Boy, if you haven't seen enough Killshot, he's back next Friday night.
But now, Mr. United States Champion, AJ Harrison.
I love the swag, by the way. I love the swag.
Huh. My boss, let me say, give you that little critique there. But you forget, you hold a title I've already held over.
You hold it now?
Don't forget, I'm always hungry for championships.
Ooh, Killshot always loves championship gold.
And you want to bring up my former mentor, a member of a team I've been a part of for too damn long. The Devil, Nathaniel Rage.
A man that, listen, AJ Harrison eviscerated on here. I mean, basically didn't even call him a devil. And you've been in a cult with him. You have a lot of history with Nathaniel Rage, the former TPW champion, the man that held numerous championships at the same time that AJ Harrison's basically proving that, well, he's no match for the Dawn of Combat.
Think about it. I'm still holding the title in his company besides that. The House of Rage United States champion. So United States versus United States. That's a little interesting. Champ.
Yeah,
I see what you're doing there. U.S. champ. Are you trying to say that you'd want to unify the U.S. championships there?
I won't go down my boss's.
Yeah, I figured that.
I wouldn't do that. And that's up to him. Real quick. Hey, Zilla. I don't see you. I see you.
So you know what, Killshot? I actually like you. I've had my eye on you for quite some time in your promos, and I like your. You got endless potential, but I don't understand. And here's what kind of boggles my mind: is you're trying to, and please correct me if I'm wrong, stick up for Nathaniel Rage, when meanwhile he abandoned you. He abandoned the cult. Did he not?
I hope you're not going through some convulsions there. You're okay, Killshot?
I wouldn't say he abandoned us. So watch your tone when it comes to my boss. Just simply, I can always bring out the darkness inside me.
Killshot, I tell you what, after I win this triple threat and I take everything, I just might decide to come and pay you a visit.
Pay him a visit?
Choose your words carefully, boy. Because I can always do what I do best.
Well, Shot, I'm going to tell. Let me tell you this: there are worse things than the devil. So make sure. What? Yes.
Simply, yeah, it is something worse than the devil.
Right here.
Do me a favor, get the button. The fucking time is now. I'm known as the Antichrist. I am the only being that you should be afraid of.
Oh, yeah?
Because don't think about it. We never had a match together. But you forget. I'm always watching. So let me touch back on what you said about my boy Comatose.
Yes, Comatose, the man that you were with here a few days ago. Yes, Mr. Comatose.
I know y'all have your issues together, Mr. AJ.
Plenty of
I'm
issues.
not speaking on behalf of Comatose or the Enterprise. I'm speaking for a member of the TPW roster.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming from me to you. Right now, we need to put this to a side. We need to put that to the side. Right now, it's a fucking match against CPW. We're going
CPW will get theirs. Oh, yeah. I've had my eyes on it. Trust me, Killshot, you ain't got to worry about loyalty here, bud.
Now, Tom.
Yes, sir.
What's the last thing I said before we left? That was
Monday night.
Any day, anytime,
Any
anywhere.
Yeah.
I said I'm hungry for anything and everything. It don't matter who you are.
And you have been doing that figuratively and literally, sir.
No,
it's almost become kill shot week on Sportswire. This is your third appearance in a week, and this will be now 4. As of next Friday, it'll be 4 appearances in 2 weeks. I mean, at this point, we should name it the Kill Shot Network.
I'll speak about that. Please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please sign into EWA and welcome your show.
Excellent plug. Listen, we're covering it next Friday. I'm glad that you did that, and congratulations on 200 plus subs.
And you know what, Tom? I want to state this while we're on air because Killshot made a very great point.
Yes,
and I want to kind of go off on that too.
You can.
Hey, SK, you went to war with your own company, and I've been keeping my eye on you because I've already beaten you once. But let me just say this: the next time you put the land of the United States in your mouth, I guarantee you that is something that you don't want to touch, because I will come in there and I will wipe the floor with you. I will beat you to the point where you decide to go back home and you don't want anything to do with TPW ever again.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Why does this remind me of something? The United States, Japanese. Why is this reminding me of a...
Oh, wait. Pearl Harbor, well, that's December 7th. I mean, you're going to be wrestling on December 7th.
Why does this remind me of a little group I used to run called the Imperium Club?
Well, speaking of clubs and speaking of people that are going to join the club, now, Mr. Harrison, if you had anything you wanted to say to Comatose, any words you'd want to say to him, you better get them in now.
Comatose, you've heard me state this before in the locker room about the bigger picture. Maybe times where it sounds like I'm rambling, maybe sometimes it sounds like I'm delusional, but I am always one step ahead. You commented in one of my posts about checkmate. My good sir, my friend, as you like to say, you have not hit checkmate yet. This is a much bigger board that you're playing on. You don't understand the pieces that are being moved. You are playing kids chess. You are just a beginner. You are facing a master chess player. I may lose the battles here and there, but this is a war that I win. I win wars. I don't care about the battles. It's about the war. Do yourself a favor, Comatose. Don't push and leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Well, if you say he should, and he should do that, I mean, that's obviously some good advice, some friendly advice, but apparently I have received word that advice is going down the drain because the brand new reigning promotional champion is here, and Comatose is now going to tell you why that advice, like I said, goes down the drain.
It goes down the drain for many reasons, AJ. Because here's the thing about you, and here's the thing about me, right? You are the TPW United States Champion. Congratulations. You can stay stuck in that bracket for as long as you want. I think you need to remember, I'm the Change of Fortune Champion. And as soon as I win this next match against AJ Storm and Jaquil Thunderbolt, that means I'm a main eventer. Period. Everywhere that I have been, whether it's in the backyard, whether it's in EPW, or whether it's in TPW. And that is just something that you can't say. Now, is it? Another thing that you can't do is figure out where to grow your hair.
Are you talking about the same EPW where you decided not to cut a match promo and you lost to Nathaniel Rage?
Oh!
You're right. I did lose to Nathaniel Rage. Much in the same, I wouldn't say much in the same fashion, but you also lost to me, and you've been sitting here talking big crap. Now, haven't you? Now, while it was by the skin of my teeth, as you would like to call it, I'd like to remind you, no one's beaten me in TPW, and it's going to stay that way. It doesn't matter if you charge up like Piccolo on top of the mountain in Dragon Ball Z. You're never going to be able to beat me.
It's
You know,
about the
Komato,
wars, not the battle.
AJ made an interesting point, and
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you about it because it was something I hadn't thought about. And he said that when it came to Dario Divine, who's going to be here tomorrow night, the TPW champion, of course, your tag team partner in the Enterprise, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, he had said that you never vouched for him on here, and that was almost in a way that you've been on here so many times, but why didn't you vouch for Dario? But Dario's here tomorrow, and I was curious, as I know you heard that comment, what would your response be to AJ Harrison in
It's
terms of
because
that?
of me, Comatose, not because of you.
Listen, I don't need to vouch for Dario. As you just said, he is the what? The TPW champion.
Yes, he is.
Dario Divine has his own aura. Dario Divine can find his own way to get on here as he has. I was giving you a make-a-wish present, buddy.
Oh no.
The wish present. Comatose, like I said before, Rocky saved your ass last week. And you can sit there and you can deny it all you want. The only reason that you are in such a denial is because Jerry has you so brainwashed. And that's what makes this actually very sad. You're not opening your eyes, you're not seeing what everybody else sees.
Oh no, I
Yes.
see that Jerry Main, if he wanted to come out of retirement, he would give you another bandage on the other side of your head.
But
That's
how
what
is
would
the head
happen.
feeling, by the way? That was something that I know was talked about backstage. How is your head right now?
It is what it is. It's one of those things like, like I said, I went to war, but it ain't nothing that ain't gonna heal.
I mean, you are a combat fighter, so for you, I mean, listen, he's a butcher. You're a combat fighter. You're a guy that goes bang bang. So for you guys, this is just a walk in the park. I mean, for some, we'd be dead potentially, but yet for you guys, it's just another part of.
Another Tuesday. For us, this is just another Tuesday for us.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it is war,
Water
and it.
cooler talk. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely war for sure. It's hard, gruesome war for sure.
So why did I find this in my shoe at one point? I think someone left this. I think it was KSK.
Yes.
Oh really?
You want to send little messages, right, KSK? The King of Diamonds, really? If you could say, look at the 3 members of the aces of TPW.
You wouldn't be wrong there. We're definitely aces, especially over them.
So
They don't really stand a chance.
You can have your little Christmas message. You can do what you gotta do. I ain't known as the infamous for nothing. That ain't the United States champion for nothing. And ain't the four time BYW interpromotional champion for nothing.
But Mr. Harrison doesn't seem to be too thrilled with Comatose being here right now.
But you know what, Tom? Let me address
sir.
right now. It's about loyalty, right? I may have a problem with Comatose, but at the end of the day, when we got outsiders that step up, we fight together. I went to war with Comatose, and I've stood by his side in war. Think of it
That
as
is very true.
It's a mutual respect. And him and I have both said it in our promos. We have that mutual respect for each other.
We do have that mutual respect for each other, but it doesn't matter, in my opinion, who it is, because you are right. It is loyalty. It's loyalty to the brand. It is loyalty to the fact that TPW is just the best promo federation on Instagram and any platform, period. And here's the thing. If that lineage gets taken away from TPW, that means that I have to travel somewhere else so that I can continue to prove why I'm the best promo artist in the world. Period.
That means I'm going to have to travel to foreign land.
No, we don't want that. No.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say that. I told you, TPW's home. If they think they're going to take it from me.
Well, I think you guys will definitely make sure that it won't be an Achilles' last stand for TPW. And if you'd like to follow TPW, TPW is most certainly on Instagram And also, you'll see these guys in action here coming up. And that is the Instagram page. I'm going to remind everybody that tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the TPW champion, Comatose' tag team partner in the Enterprise, the lover boy himself, Dario Divine, is going to be here. So there's some divine intervention on Sportswire. He will be showing up here. And I do want to remind you, Comatose, before we get to closing thoughts and final words, that Mr. Harrison said he would be paying the champion a visit tomorrow night. He did say that he would be paying him a visit.
Oh, you're going to be paying Dario a visit. I bet that'll work just as wonderful as me paying you a visit did here today.
Well,
he said it, though, in a way that he wanted to give him intervention. His point was more or less not to show up and maybe talk about the past, but to talk about maybe the future and intervention. That's why he was coming in to tomorrow night, potentially.
Now, real quick,
me coming in tomorrow night is to help Dario.
I hope.
Divine intervention.
Divine intervention. So let me do some divine future seeing. I can see with that crystal ball I see across the screen that this divine intervention is going to be saying much of the same thing that you just said to me, that Jerry Main is the problem and that he needs to see that and that you're trying to help him. We need you to understand there is nothing that you can do to break up the Enterprise, no matter what. And you all better pray Jerry never unretires, because if he does, it's going to be a problem for the locker room.
Jerry ain't coming out of retirement. He's going to continue to ride your guys' coattails like he always does and flap his freaking lips, because that's what he's good at. He doesn't have what it takes to be in TPW anymore, so he hides behind you and Dario. That's where he's going to stay.
Real quick, AJ, as you being the owner of, well, not owner, one owner of EPA or EPA or whatever it's really called.
EPW.
I keep forgetting because at this point the brand is so fucking mixed up. I'm getting confused of who we are at this point. All jokes aside, how would you like? Yo, Comatose, I remember we talked about me and you teaming one time, right?
Yeah.
You find two boys, I got mines.
Ooh.
We come over there and we team up. Comatose and Killshot for the first time.
Comatose will come back on. He had some. There he goes. Yeah, he's back on there.
We'll come back. We'll come over there together for the first time ever. We can call this what? The Killer Comatose or the infamous Killer, or whatever we need to call it. But you get your two boys.
The Killatoes.
We'll come up with the names.
You'll come up with it. You guys are smart guys. You're quick off your feet. You'll figure it out.
Two boys, and we get yours. We get ours, and we'll come over there. We'll run and we'll fight. How does that sound?
That sounds like it could be some fighting words there.
Yeah,
I feel like that sounds like one of the biggest mistakes of your life. I feel like that sounds like that you are trying to get publicly humiliated, which makes me question what exactly it is that you have with public humiliation. Because if you want to fight with me and Dario,
I said me and you team up. I was
just making sure, because if you want to team up with me, then it doesn't matter who is across us.
I have no problem with you and Dario.
Mr. Harris is looking at this with amusement. He's amused by.
I am because there's already so much miscommunication. It's going to be a walk in the park, whether it's a trios match or a tag match. I mean, Comatose, what happened during that last trios match that we had? You owned up to costing us that match.
You're right. I, as a man, owned up to my part.
Mr. Harrison, you did bring that up a little while ago. That was a point you had made.
You're right. I messed up that promo, and I did cost us a bit of that match. But I would like to know where your manness, where is this tenacity to take part of what you did wrong in that match? I haven't heard you say at all that you also take blame for that, because it was not only my fault. I take blame for my part
as you should,
of my
and
match.
You know, I would have to go back in the locker room and look, but I'm pretty sure that I owned up to my part. As a matter of fact, not only did I do that, but I also stated that I stood by your guys' side during that loss. I walked into combat with you guys and walked out and still stood there and took the humiliation and took the loss like a man. But I mean, I guess I'm just talking on. I'm speaking to somebody who has deaf ears because the Enterprise wins, Jerry's there for the celebrations. When there's a loss, he's awfully quiet until he's called out.
And well, here's the problem: is that you think you're part of the Enterprise, so you're never in the room when we're there for
I
those
conversely
losses.
had made the point. Maybe it's just smart tactical strategy to stay in the background and just let you guys handle what you need to do. You could make that point. I had made that argument to Mr. Harrison, and he had his opinion on it, and maybe that's one way to look at it.
And we have our own locker room, Harrison. It's really nice. You should try it sometime.
So he hasn't been in the locker room?
I know more than you may think I know.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is just, I tell you what, this is why you got to be here tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. We hear from the TPW champion for the first time here at Sportswire Radio. And something tells me that these names, they're going to be big topics and may even show up. And that's why you need to follow these guys. Also, congratulations to Comatose on becoming a 4-time BYW Interpromotional champion. And maybe we will get Gunshot back on here. Who knows? Stay tuned.
Tom,
yes.
Real quick, I also want to say this. Now, there was a little bit of talk about Dario being on tomorrow, and Comatose stated that my reasoning for appearing on here for tomorrow, paying him a visit, allow me to address that in the best way that I can. See, I'm coming to help Dario. You came on tonight to hog the spotlight because and when the spotlight is on somebody
to hog the spotlight, you've been talking about me all night long. It's like I was already here without having to be here. I didn't have to even be here.
I wouldn't have to talk about you, but Tom is.
You did for a good 30 minutes of the hour-long podcast, though.
I was simply answering Tom's questions. If Tom took your name out of, if Tom took your name completely out of this interview and out of this show, I would
be a short show.
Absolutely not. You're not as big
and Mr. Divine has, Mr. Dario Divine, the champion, has also just put out a promo. He has just released, and that is going to be a big topic here. He's got a story time promo that we're going to certainly be talking about tomorrow on Sportswire. And you can check that out now, and you can watch some of the volume. And thank you for that to the champion. And he just put this, he just put it, well, there you go. We have a contract signing. We have another promo that I think he just DM'd me. So we'll put that back up on the screen. There we go. Yeah, there you go. And I don't know why I can't play it. Now I can play it. There you go. Story time promo. And you can see that there, as you mentioned, the whole TPW versus CPW there. And you can see it. Comatose and Loverboy. And they'll be in action. Story time. We're going to be talking a lot about that tomorrow night. And there is Dario.
I love Dario so much.
And there's Dario.
Awesome.
He's going to be talking plenty about this, and I am sure Mr. Harrison will reiterate some of the things he said. And follow AJ Harrison on Instagram as well. And this is the most entertaining thing I've watched. I can't wait for tomorrow's podcast. Thank you very much for the kind words. And a triple threat tag.
Thank you, my child. It's good seeing you too, my son.
Triple threat back here November 25th. Gobble gobble. That's one thing. And also a tag match between Killshot and Comatose versus AJ Harrison, whoever he can find, and for a tag partner. Thank you for that. But obviously, we'll talk a lot about that. And I want to give you guys the opportunity, because we're getting toward the end of the show, for some final words and closing thoughts. I'm going with you, Killshot, because we're going to see, who knows, maybe even tomorrow, and certainly this coming Friday night, because we can say that here in New York because we're almost at midnight, but you're here next Friday, yes, to talk about no boundaries. And there's never any boundaries when it comes to Comatose and Killshot on Sportswire. So, Killshot, if you have anything else to say, you have the floor.
Simple as this. As I said, you find who you got to find in that company. Me and my boy will come over. We will dog walk whoever the hell you get. and we will show why we are the rightful champions.
Well, you know what? Maybe it could be for one night only. One night only. Maybe this team, this trios, could do this for the safety and the future of TPW. Could be. Who knows? But follow Killshot. Follow him to be on his journey. And you can check him out on Instagram. Also a part of the EWA. The EWA is their new show here. Come up No Bound. Well, actually, they have a show before that, which Killshot.
Before that, but I was talking about that when I had my spotlight.
Which will be Friday night here around the same time. That's next Friday night with Killshot. And he'll be talking about this guy, Robert Scott, quite a bit. So you can definitely check that out here. Also, yes, AJ Harrison, hit the sub button for him on YouTube, and Killshot's on Instagram. Join him, and also please support the EWA. Live it, love it. Support the EWA Central. And Comatose, I know you've been talked about a lot. Oh, he left. I guess he left for now. And
thank God.
Well, you know you'll probably see him tomorrow.
Be careful.
Well,
I'm having the Stephen Storm problem right now.
We're getting toward the end of the show. I'm going to pass the baton to you. Give you some closing thoughts. Anything else you want to plug, share, or say? And congratulations as well on winning back your BYW Interpromotional Championship.
Thank you. All right. So first of all, I would love it if everyone would tune in tomorrow to my brother-in-arms own personal interview by this man, Tom Bryce himself. It's going to be one for the books.
Thank you for the kind words.
And another thing, I would like everyone to turn on those notifications for BTW so you can see me carry that championship 10 times better than the last guy that held it.
Well, I'm not going to go there on that, but what I will do is I will most certainly go and tell everybody to hit the sub button for BTW. I will put their YouTube channel up here right now. I'm going to make the hockey line change and tell everybody to hit the sub button for BTW, because there's always somebody out there that might want to be born to wrestle. And you can do that by hitting the sub button and catch BTW content, because the season is coming to an end here with November to Remember. And it's a 2-night show, but we'll have one more show before that. And please support BTW. The guys will be back on here at some point before the 29th and the 30th, and hit the sub button there for BTW. We'd appreciate that. And I know this was your show, Mr. Harrison, so I'm going to give you the opportunity to close the show out here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again here tomorrow. But as you say, in a different way than Comatose came here, but I'm going to stay out of that. What I am going to do is give you the floor. I'm going to pass the baton to you, give you some final thoughts, and anything else you want to plug, share, or say before we sign off. And take it away, sir.
So first of all, thank you, Tom. Legendary Tom, for having me on the show. Thank you for honoring perhaps the greatest day in promo wrestling history, with the greatest United States champion in history. Other than that, I'll close out by saying we love you all. Stay safe, be good.
Yes,
and until next time, 2 sweet your asses on out of here.
Oh, there you go.
That did bring me another idea. You are the leader of the Promo Bullet Club.
Former. I changed the name. Keep up with the project. Come on.
Well, yeah, former. It don't matter. Honestly, you know why? Because you can never beat the cult.
Ooh.
Same cult that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, you know what? That is an interesting point. And who knows? One day Nathaniel Rage may make his way back to Sportswire and
can't beat something that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, you know what? I'm going to just leave that at that.
No.
What I will say is follow AJ Harrison on Instagram. Go check out Comatose. Support the EWA. Support BTW. Support AJ on YouTube. Check him out on IMDb. And we'll be back here tomorrow night. And I want to thank everybody here for tuning into tonight's show. And I look forward to seeing Mr. Loverboy himself, the TPW champion, for the first time. One more time, it'll be 10:30 p.m. Eastern time here tomorrow night. And thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Hit the sub button for us. Follow us. And we're joined by Comatose, who once again holds the BYW Interpromotional Championship. Also from the EWA, and a man that you have seen for a long time in the promo world. There he is, the House of Rage Productions United States champion, the infamous Killshot. I always want to say bang, bang for, and the TPW United States champion, the general manager of EPW, also the KCC champion, the Don of Combat, AJ Harrison. Thank you to these guys being here. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally with all music and wrestling matters. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one global radio, the Sportswire Radio, with all music and wrestling matters, I stated. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Music Time with the TPW champion, Dario Divine, the lover boy himself. See you then.